Good morning. Good morning. Here it's Dr. Brenda Esch and Shoshana back with another little episode of Stepping Stones to Happiness. How to claim our real happiness that cannot be taken away. Now, is that possible? It is, for sure, no question. So many of us, most of our lives are about seeking happiness in a person, a place, a situation, and good news. We just want to be happy. We want to be healthy. And we'll do anything to be happy. Unfortunately, sometimes we do many things that are not good for us. And of course, when we run after happiness like that and grab at it and, well, I'll get it anywhere I can take it, that's not really happiness. And that good feeling leaves. It can be taken away. It is taken away by another circumstance that arises that might not be so beneficial. Very important point. So what we're talking about is that happiness that cannot be lost, cannot be taken away. How is that possible? Because the first step is, of course, to differentiate between a passing feeling and a true condition of happiness. Very important point. Very important. There's a beautiful poem by Kabir that says, a feeling that is here one moment and gone the next cannot be called love. Wow. Or it cannot be called happiness. A feeling that is here one moment and gone the next. Wow. Wow. Love that turns into disappointment and anger. It's not really love. Happiness that is, we're flying on the moon one moment. The world is wonderful. The next moment, very, very distressed. That's not happiness. Happiness is who we are. I've said that before. And there are steps to reclaiming it, to understanding it, to expressing it, to knowing it. That's why I call this stepping stones to happiness. And today, one of the stepping stones that we will be exploring is trust. Big point. Where do we put our trust? Even bigger point. These are, in a sense, these are like what they call in Zen practice koans. Koans are questions that need to be taken in, eaten up for ourselves, explored, looked at. They don't have a logical answer. They come so that we can get a deeper understanding of ourselves and who we are and what this world is, because they're not different. They're not separate. So let's look at this question of trust. Where do we put our trust? Very, very powerful question. If you just spend some time looking at that, you'll see, oh, am I setting myself up for disappointment and sorrow? 99.9% of us are. It takes time. It's okay. The minute we begin looking at it, something changes right away. New possibilities start to appear. So where do I put my trust? Now, of course, we want to trust our friends, our partners, our husbands, wives, children. We want to trust them. And we do. A good relationship is based on trust. But what does that mean? Does it mean that we're expecting our happiness to come from those people? A mistake. We're making a demand on them. Make me happy. It's not going to work because they don't know how. And because they're changing all the time themselves, and so are you. When we trust them, that's different. We trust them. What does it mean to trust them or to love them? What are you trusting them for? Are you trusting them to protect you in a time of harm? Well, they'll do their best. Maybe we're putting a hope onto people that doesn't belong there. And that's why so many times you hear how disappointed we are in this one, that one, the other one. No, no, no. Where do you put your trust that you will feel fine, that you'll be happy, that you'll be able to deal with whatever happens? And in this process of stepping stones to happiness, we see that our happiness depends not upon anyone else, but upon how we respond to what's going on. It's a very big turnaround. Our happiness is in ourselves and how we choose to look at something, how we choose to respond to it, not to react, because usually, boom, we have an automatic reaction to everything. Boom, knee-jerk reaction, automatic, robotic, conditioned. Those reactions cause a lot of distress. But to respond, to be quiet, calm, not to be on automatic, as we say, but to really perceive the situation through new eyes, through your own true eyes. That will allow a response to take place. A response is different from a reaction. It comes from understanding. It comes from a bigger perspective. It comes from knowingness, our own knowingness, our own deeper wisdom, which we all, every single person, contains. So can we begin to trust our own ability to respond, to pause, to look at the whole situation with new eyes? And what are those new eyes? Well, one very important part of it is not how can I depend on you, but just watch what the other one also is going through. Watch everything that's going on. Be aware of it in you and them, in the world, and see that it's up to you to perceive it in such a way and to respond in such a way to create calm, to create happiness, to create well-being. It's possible. It's doable. The first step is to watch and see. You know, we talked a few days ago about all the gifts we receive constantly and we're not even aware of it. We receive these gifts not from this person, that person, the other person, but from life itself. And they come in all kinds of ways. So when we see that, we don't become so dependent on just one person or another to be our source of goodness. We'll talk more about that. We started, we will continue. Don't want to do too much at once because it's intense information. But I do want to wish every single person a really beautiful day. And thank you for listening. Thank you very much. If you enjoyed this, just please hit the like button. And I'd love it if you'd like to subscribe. We got a lot more coming along. Thanks again and have a beautiful day. This is Brenda. Bye-bye.